Out called by Susie Merchant and Michigan State. 47.5 seconds left. Michigan State down by 2. What do you look for in this possession?
Who or what? I'm going to tell you what I'd look for. I'd look for some kind of a screening action, maybe a double stagger to bring Nia Clouden off to receive the basketball, because not only will she make a good decision, but she can score or initiate offense for her teammates. So I want Nia Clouden to be the recipient of the basketball off of a screening action to clear her catch.
Clouden also 10 for 10 from the free throw line today. Here's a look at how the teams have matched up. Michigan State has frankly shot pretty poorly consistently throughout this game, but they have made up for it. If you look at rebounding, second chance points have been in their favor as well. But you see Farquhar, a career high 21 rebounds in this game, and it's made a huge difference.
It's been a big difference maker, and that's the energy and effort you want. Let's see what Michigan State goes for here.
Now in the hands of Clouden. She fakes the handoff, attacks all the way. It hits the iron and bounces out. Ohio State in possession, up by 2. Sheldon is fouled by Eck. Both teams in the bonus.
Well, you live with that. That's a great shot. That's a great look. And that's who you want taking the shot. You want Nia Clouden with the touch. You want to clear her space. And it was a tough opportunity there with defense in her face. But we've seen her make those kinds of shots. So that's a great look.
Sheldon good on the first. She is also an outstanding foul shooter, 87%. Her family watching, Dwayne, Laura, and her 14-year-old sister, Emmy, as Theory comes up with a huge rebound. They may have been outboarded this whole game, but that was a huge one there.
Well, they had some things dropping down to give the fans, like some little basketballs and stuff like that. Theory came dropping down out of the sky on this attempt to get another opportunity at the line for the Buckeyes.
She's got 10 rebounds in this game and hits the first free throw. A big performance by the freshman, who we've seen progress from limited minutes earlier this season to you better watch her come next season and the postseason.
More with the experience. 6 steals and 7 points to go along with those 10 boards. Are we on triple double watch here?
Maybe if the game is extended, which could be possible at this point.
She just came out of nowhere. And here's what we saw in practice the other day. Those honey bunnies, I like to call them. She's got the springs. Oh, off 2 feet, 2 hands on the rim, hanging on there for good measure. Oh, it's good to be young, boy. I tell you what, if I could do that right now, I would just do it just to do it.
Yeah, it's not just for social media. She can do that in a game.
Oh, yeah. We like to see it. We would love to see that.
But for Michigan State, who finds themselves down by 5, they have 2 40% three-point shooters on the team in Eck and Clouden to try. Clouden finds herself free and is too long. Rebound to Parks, and she will be fouled. And if this is on Miller, she is done.
Another great look. Susie Merchant, a great tactician out of that timeout, as she is always. She has so many different looks that she can show you to get what she wants, and that's what she wanted. Nia Clouden with the basketball, attempting a 3, a 40% shooter from range.
Parks, on the other hand, struggles from the free throw line, just above 50%. There you see it, 53%. And there is Theory again. I just saw her hands and forearms above every other player. A timeout called on the floor. Ohio State with 22.3 seconds left.
Well, I know they give out a dub chain for the player that does what they do, but they can give one to everybody today.
Oh, well, she's already won one, but it would be a great one to give to Taylor Theory. Well, coming up, the doubleheader continues as Veronica Burton and the Wildcats square off with Jazz Shelley and the Huskers. Big Ten women's basketball presented by Disney Parks continues next on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Both of those teams trying to get A win to beef up their tournament resumes, also playing for that 6th spot as well in the Big Ten tournament. And here's how things look at this point. Indiana has locked up number 5, Purdue locked in as well. Ohio State with a win and an Iowa win would get the number 1 overall seed because they have that tiebreaker over the Hawkeyes.
Well, you love to see it. Things are taking shape for the Big Ten women's basketball tournament in Indianapolis coming up this week, starting on Wednesday. It's going to be so much fun to watch and see what happens the remainder of today, but also during the tournament for sure. A lot of teams need a great showing in that tournament to shore their efforts for the NCAA tournament that's right around the corner as well.
Michigan State playing for either the 7th or 8th seed. It is Ohio State with the basketball up by 4. A dangerous pass somehow corralled in by Sheldon, and she's fouled. 21.8 on the clock.
It's a hard hit. Sheldon shakes it off and heads to the line. It's a lob. They were looking to get it to her on the opposite side of the court, and just, oof. Could have been a little scary.
Every player has just gone all out in this game. I'm sure her family is used to seeing Sheldon fly all over the floor, making effort plays.
It's so much fun. You see them applauding JC's efforts this afternoon.
And no good on the second. Oh, hard bounce off the rim, but taken by Michigan State. They're down by 5, 19.4 seconds to go.
You got to go for a quick score, whether it's a 2 or a 3. You got to get something right here, and then a quick steal. If you don't get the steal, then foul. Still plenty of time in a 2-possession game.
Cloudon's got 19 points, but has shot 4 for 20. And we should point out with this, Michigan State is out of timeouts.
Ohio State is as well, so it's a play-on situation.
Point out with this, Michigan State is out of timeouts.
Ohio State is as well, so it's a play-on situation for both teams at this juncture, and they've got to get a clean look. I would say maybe go for the 2 right here, and then go for the steal. If not the steal, get the quick foul, and then see what the game looks like then in terms of time and score.
Well, Ohio State, Christy, I think has made significant plays down the stretch where it has been a struggle for them to score really outside of the first quarter. They have not had more than 16 that they do right now, except for the 22 that they put up in the first quarter, but they have been able to keep pace and keep Michigan State at bay late.
Well, you have to go for the sure shot. You have to go for the high percentage shot right here. The threes for Michigan State have not been falling, only 15% today from range. You got to go for the easy 2.
You're right, 2 for 13 from beyond the arc. Eck, the inbounder, the freshman, into Cloudon. They get it back to Eck. She's one of those 40+% three-point shooters. Another rebound for Farquhar. It's Cloudon. She cannot connect. And a weak side rebound for Sheldon.
And that's just unfortunate because on any given night, those shots fall for Michigan State. Eck 0 for 9 from 3 this afternoon, and that is not like her. She shoots 40% from range and leads all freshmen in the Big Ten.
It has been a tough stretch for Eck against Michigan. She was 1 for 11, including 0 for 8 from three-point range. And even Coach Merchant said today, you don't expect to see that from her because she is a 42% shooter from beyond the arc. That's 5th in the Big Ten. So it makes a lot of sense to go to her, even if those shots have not been falling in this game. 1 for 14 overall.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night, and that's tough for your ego.
Cloudon will drive and kick. That will not count. So after this one, 61-55 is the Ohio State victory. They keep themselves in position for at least a share of the Big Ten title. A fantastic regular season comes to a close for the Ohio State Buckeyes, while the Spartans fall to 14-14, 8